Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Thungal online classes. In the last class, we have discussed the physical properties as well as we have started the chemical discussion of chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. Under that, we have seen that basically because of the same nature function group, that is Carmel group, the chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones are much similar, except with few reactions, their chemical reactivity will be almost same, right? Basically, these aldehydes and ketones undergoes different type of reactions such as nucleophilic addition reaction, reduction, oxidation, and reaction due to alpha hydrogen, and there are some other reactions. So under that, we have started the discussion about the nucleophilic addition reaction, and we have seen the main mechanism involved in the nucleophilic addition reaction. Due to the presence of double bond between carbon and oxygen, since there is electronegativity difference between the carbon and oxygen, carbonyl carbon will be electrophilic in nature and carbonyl oxygen is nucleophilic in nature. Because of the electrophilic nature of carbonyl carbon, it undergoes nucleophilic addition. Okay, after that will obstruct a proton to form nucleophilic addition product, and we have seen the mechanism involved in it. What are the main aspects? During this addition, what happens? Nucleophile approaches perpendicular to the plane of carbonyl carbon, and by that what happens? The hybridization of carbonyl carbon changes from sp2 to sp3, and it forms a tetrahedral alkoxide intermediate, which is on abstraction of a proton forms nucleophilic addition product. When it comes to the reactivity of aldehydes and ketones, under that we have seen that aldehydes are more reactive than the ketones because of two reasons. One is the steric reason, other one is electronic reasons. What is the steric reason? Due to the presence of two bulky alkyl groups around the ketone, bulky alkyl groups hinders the approach of nucleophile. By that, what happens? The rate of nucleophilic addition is less than the rate of nucleophilic addition of aldehydes. When it comes to the electronic reasons, due to the presence of two alkyl groups, the extent of positive charge on the carbonyl carbon is less, which reduces the electrophilic nature of the carbonyl carbon. Because of that reason, the rate of nucleophilic addition reaction will decreases in case of the ketones. So due to these two reasons, aldehydes are more reactive than the ketones. Now in this class, we will see some examples of the nucleophilic addition reactions of aldehydes and ketones. Let's see the following nucleophilic addition reactions. We see nucleophilic addition reaction. Nucleophilic addition reactions. Under this, the first one we will discuss addition of hydrogen cyanide. Hydrogen cyanide. Aldehydes and ketones on reaction with hydrogen cyanide to yield cyanohydrin. What is the addition product is called? Cyanohydrin is called. Basically, here the important thing to be noted on is the reaction of pure HCN is very slow. In order to increase the rate of reaction, the reaction is carried out in presence of basic medium. Okay, the pH of the reaction should be around 9 to 10. The medium where reaction is carried out, the pH of the medium should be 9 to 10. This is an important aspect. If you look at the reaction, basically either this is a general representation of aldehydes or ketones. Okay, what we are using here, HCN is being used. Okay, HCN, it dissociates as, in presence of a basic medium, it dissociates as H plus and Cn minus in presence of basic medium. as it is a weak acid, dissociation, extent of dissociation will be very less. If you use a basic medium, the dissociation will be very high, because this proton will be abstracted by base, it will be removed in the form of water, right. Now this cyanide ion, okay, this cyanide ion will initiate the reaction due to the partial positive charge of carbonyl carbon, okay, the negative charge of the cyanide group will be donated to the carbonyl carbon. By that what happens, the 5 bond will be shifted to the oxygen, so it results in the formation of an alkoxide intermediate. What is this? This is we call alkoxide intermediate, we call it as this is the slowest step. This is the first step and slowest step, which is also called as a rate determining step. Now in the next step what happens, this will react with one more hydrogen cyanide, which will abstract a proton. With the abstraction of proton, it will be converted into hydroxy. This is the addition product which is called as cyanohydrin. What is called? This is called as cyanohydrin, we call it as, right. Less along with the Cn minus it will form, right. Suppose if you take a acetaldehyde, okay, CH3 CH C double bond, if you treat this with HCN at a pH of, what should be the nature of pH in presence of basic medium, the pH should be 9 to 10, okay, it will form a product. I am writing direct product, okay, this will be the final product, which is called as acetaldehyde cyanohydrin. What it is called? Acetaldehyde cyanohydrin, we call it as. Suppose if you take acetone, that will form acetone cyanohydrin. What it will form? This will form acetone cyanohydrin. It will form, right. The important aspect of this particular reaction is that these cyanohydrins are used as synthetic intermediate. How they are used? Synthetic intermediates for the preparation of alpha hydroxy carboxylic acids and what is this? Alpha amino acids. Now suppose, what is mean by this? Suppose here, if you take this any aldehyde cyanohydrin, okay, if you hydrolyze this in presence of acidic medium, it will be converted into a product. With the removal of ammonia, it will be converted into, this is we call alpha hydroxy carboxylic acid. What we call it as? Alpha hydroxy carboxylic acid. This is that means they can be used for the preparation of compounds such as alpha hydroxy carboxylic acids and alpha amino acids. This is an application of this particular reaction. Suppose if this particular compound is treated with ammonia, right, removal of water takes place, it forms alpha amino cyanide. This is on reaction, this is on hydrolysis, it will form RCH NH2 COH. This is we call alpha amino acids. What it is called? Alpha amino acids we call. Alpha amino carboxylic acids or alpha amino acids we call. An important note is that cyanohydrins on hydrolysis produces aldehydes and ketones again. This is about the first nucleophilic addition reaction of cyanides, that is with the aldehydes and ketones, that is with the hydrogen cyanide. The important aspect is that the reaction of pure HCN will be slow. Because of that reason we are using a basic medium. By that what happens, the rate of dissociation of cyanide ion increases and it results in the formation of alkoxide intermediate. This is the first step. The second step is first step. Okay, this is an abstraction of proton will be converted into cyanohydrin. Okay, and these cyanohydrins are used as a synthetic intermediates. That means by using them we can prepare the some other compounds such as alpha hydroxy carboxylic acids as well as alpha amino acids. Alpha amino acids. Now, the second reaction we can say, the second reaction is that addition of sodium hydrogen sulfate, sodium hydrogen sulfide, aldehydes and ketones on reaction with sodium hydrogen sulfide forms a crystalline solid addition product. What it will form? Crystalline solid addition product, right? Suppose if you are taking any aldehyde or ketone, this is a general representation of Carmel compound, that is aldehyde or ketone. If you are treating this with sodium hydrogen sulfide, the first step will be what? Slow and rate determining step. It results in the formation of what is this? It results in the formation of addition product, right? Now this is on abstraction of proton. It forms, this is we call addition product. The important aspect of this particular reaction is that the reaction is reversible. That means it will be proceedable in both forward as well as backward direction. Okay, in case of aldehydes, the reaction will be, or the equilibrium will be, equilibrium is more towards right side. That means what is meant by right side? The position of equilibrium will be more towards the right hand side. That means the extent of formation of product is more in case of aldehydes, whereas in case of ketones, the reaction is, or the equilibrium is more towards left hand side. That means because due to what is the reason? Due to steric hindrance of ketones. Okay, and basically the important of this reaction is this particular reaction. This reaction is useful for the purification of aldehydes and ketones, right? And this sodium hydrogen sulfide addition product, this sodium hydrogen sulfide addition product can be converted into aldehydes and ketones on treatment with mineral acids. What is mean by mineral acids? Acids such as HCl, H2SO4, etc. alcohol. These are, if you treat them with the mineral acids, it will be convertible back into pure aldehydes and ketones. Okay, the important aspect of this particular reaction is that aldehydes and ketones on reaction with the sodium hydrogen sulfate, they lead to the formation of an crystalline solid addition product which is soluble in water. This particular reaction is a reversible reaction. The equilibrium of the reaction, since it is a reversible reaction, it can be possible in both backward as well as forward direction, and it will reach an equilibrium position. The direction of equilibrium position will be more towards the right hand side if it is an aldehyde, and if it is a ketone, that will be more towards the left hand side, that is towards the reactant side, due to these steric factors. Because of the steric reasons, Okay, the extent of reactivity of ketones is comparatively less with the aldehydes. And as it is a reversible reaction, by treating with the mineral acids, this particular product of addition product of sodium hydrogen sulfide can be convertible back to the aldehydes and ketones with the treatment with what is this mineral acids. This is about the another reaction of another nucleophilic addition reaction of aldehydes and ketones. Okay, if you are talking about the next reaction, that is the third one, addition of RMGX. What is RMGX? This is we called Grignard reagent. What we call it as addition of Grignard's reagent, right? Now basically what happens, aldehydes and ketones on reaction with RMGX, that is Grignard reagent, followed by hydrolysis forms what they'll forms secondary and tertiary alcohols, respectively. What is mean by this? Aldehydes will give secondary alcohols and ketones will give tertiary alcohols. Now let us see the reaction. Suppose if you are taking any aldehyde, right? Any aldehyde other than formaldehyde will give secondary alcohol. Formaldehyde will give primary alcohol. That is an important thing to be noted of. Suppose if you are treating this with RMGX, right? What happens? It will be donated to this is nucleophilic in nature. The R of the RMGX, the alkyl group of the Grignard reagent will be nucleophilic in nature. When it will attack on the carbonyl carbon, the 5 bond will go on to the oxygen, and which will abstract the MGX. This is followed by the hydrolysis. This is on hydrolysis, it will form alcohol along with the formation of magnesium hydroxyhalate. This is we call primary alcohol. What we call it as primary alcohol. For example, we can take if you are taking acetaldehyde on reaction with methyl magnesium iodide, it will form an intermediate in this manner. This intermediate on hydrolysis, it will be converted into a secondary alcohol which is called as isopropanol. What is this? This is we call isopropanol, we call it as. Now if you are taking ketones on reaction with Grignard reagent, the same reaction will happen here, right? But it forms tertiary alcohol. It forms a tertiary alcohol here. This is we call tertiary alcohol. For example, if you take acetone, if you treat this with methyl magnesium iodide, right, it will form CH3 OMgI, right, CH3 and CH3. This is on hydrolysis, it will form CH3 OH. This is we call tertiary butyl alcohol. What is this? Tertiary butyl alcohol we call it as. This is the reaction with RMGX. Aldehydes and ketones on reaction with Grignard reagent followed by hydrolysis, they will form secondary alcohols as well as tertiary alcohols respectively. Okay. This is another reaction, nucleophilic addition reaction of what is this? Aldehydes and ketones. Hope it is clear so far. Though I said we are going strictly with the NCERT, I am giving few examples which are not given in the NCERT in order to have a better extent of understanding. These examples are not that complicated, they are simple. For a general equation I am giving an example, right? If you are talking about the next nucleophilic addition reaction of aldehydes and ketones, that is addition of alcohols, addition of alcohols, okay, right? Aldehydes and ketones, aldehydes and ketones on reaction with alcohols in presence of dry HCl forms acetals and ketols. What they will form? Acetals and ketols they will form. For example, if you are taking aldehyde, suppose this is your aldehyde, if you treat with this with any alcohol in presence of dry HCl, right? Here what happens, this dry HCl gas will make carbonyl carbon more electrophilic, okay. First of all, this H plus ion will attack on oxygen, by that what happens, phi bond will be shifted to the oxygen and this carbonyl carbon gets a positive charge. To that the lone pair of electrons of this oxygen will be donated, and that mechanism is actually not needed. Directly writing the equation, what happens, this lone pair of electrons oxygen will be given to the carbonyl carbon and this phi bond goes over to it and it results in the formation of R. I am directly writing the equation, ROH, OR and H, right? If what happens here, by the migration of this phi bond, this oxygen gets a negative charge. With the donation of lone pair of electrons, this oxygen gets a positive charge, okay. Basically what happens, if you want to get the clear picture of this, here with the donation of lone pair of electrons, what it happens, it gets a positive charge. That actual mechanism is not needed, but in order to have the understanding, it gets a positive charge. In order to nullify this positive charge, this sigma bond will be shifted to here and H plus will be removed. This H plus will attack here, okay, so that it finally becomes, let me rightly write it as OH and OR. This is we call MeAcetal. What is this? This is we call MeAcetal, and this is on reaction with one more alcohol, and it will form dialkoxide, geminal dialkoxide, which is called acetal. What do we call it as? We call it as acetal. This is actually what? Geminal dialkoxide. Alkoxide in compound we call it as. If you hydrolyze this with an acid, it will be converted into again what is this? Hemiacetal, and this will be again convertible back into aldehyde. This is a reversible reaction it is. And if you are treating this with ketones basically react with aldehydes will form MeAcetal. If you are using only 1 mole of alcohol, it forms MeAcetal. If you are using 2 moles of alcohol, it will form acetal, right? Ketones will react with, ketones on reaction with they will react with basically diols they will react with. They will react with ethylene glycol. It is basically what is this compound? This is we call ethylene glycol, okay. Ethylene glycol, let me write in a clear way. Here just remove this water molecule from here, right? It results in the formation of a compound this is we call ethylene glycol. It will forms ethylene glycol, ketol we call it as ketol, cyclic ketol. Since it is a cyclic 5-member cyclic ring, we call it as cyclic ketol, okay. The important aspect that aldehydes and ketones on reaction with the alcohols in presence of dry HCl, they will form acetals and cyclic ketols, okay. This is about the reaction of aldehydes and ketones with the alcohols. Now if you continue with the discussion, there is another important type of reaction which is called as a reaction of, or we say addition of addition of ammonia and its derivatives. Ammonia and its derivatives. This is one of the important reaction. Ammonia and its derivatives, which is also called as, this is called nucleophilic addition and elimination reaction. I'll tell you why it is called addition and elimination reaction. Right? Basically what happens here, aldehydes on reaction with aldehydes and ketones on reaction with ammonia and its derivatives. This is we call ammonia and ammonia derivative, its derivatives. A derivative means if you replace one of the hydrogen of ammonia with any other group, which is basically represented with Z, this is called derivatives of ammonia. Undergo nucleophilic addition followed by nucleophilic addition in presence of acidic medium, okay, followed by elimination of water molecule to form corresponding unsaturated product. The important aspect is that it can be generally represented that this is a Carmel compound. If you are treating this with ammonia, okay, let me write the mechanism clearly. For that I will clear the board first. Okay, hope the definition is clear so far. I will give the clear mechanism for this particular reaction since it is a bit of important. It is. Hope you guys following me. Hope that I am not going a bit faster. Okay, because since it is an offline mode, if I go anywhere a bit of faster, you can revise it and see. Okay, you can revise the video any number of times that you want, so don't worry about. Okay, anywhere if I go a bit faster. So let us see the actual mechanism. This is a Carmel compound. If you are treating this with ammonia, basically what happens, ammonia is nucleophilic in nature because of the lone pair of electrons, and this Carmel carbon is electrophilic in nature. And what happens here, this lone pair of electrons are given to the Carmel carbon. By that what happens, it forms an intermediate. Okay, here since the lone pair of electrons are donated to the carbon, it gets a positive charge and it gets a negative charge. Now here what happens, in the process of nullifying this positive charge, here an hydrogen is transferred. Here an hydrogen is transferred from the, so one of the hydrogen is being shifted over to the nitrogen in the form of H plus. That means this H plus will be shifted to the from nitrogen to oxygen. By that what happens? By that it will be converted into NH2 and OH. Right? Now this is what happens on slight heating. Removal of water molecule takes place. And it will be converted into a compound called imine. This is a mechanism. In place of this hydrogen, if you keep an Z, that will be derivative of ammonia. So this is a mechanism involved. Up to here we call it as, from year to year we call it as nucleophilic addition. From year to year what we call it as, this is nucleophilic addition. And from year to year what we call it as, this is we call elimination. Because of that reason, what we are calling this particular mechanism as addition elimination reaction. Since I said this is an addition elimination reaction, we can also directly write this particular reaction without going all this mechanism. What is a direct way of writing this particular reaction? Here I will write ammonia in this manner. Can I write the ammonia NH3 as NH2H? Now from here I directly remove this water molecule Okay, in presence of acidic medium, here the pH should be in between 3 to 5. The pH of the reaction medium should be in between 3 to 5. So what we will get? We will get our C double bond O plus C double bond NH plus H2O, isn't it? This is the product that we are getting there. This is we call imine. What we call it as? This is we call imine, we call it as. Are you getting this? This is the direct way of writing. The complete mechanism will be this one. So in order to go for the mechanism, write the product directly. Okay, suppose if you take an aldehyde, this is aldimine. If you take a ketone, this is ketimine. Suppose if I take a R, C double bond H, C double bond O, okay, NH2H, so it will become, what it will become? It will become aldimine. What we call it as? Aldimine we call it as. If you take ketone, it will be called as ketimine. This is the first reaction. Okay, suppose if you are taking substituted alkene. Substituted alkenes means substituted ammonia. Okay. Second, what is this? Reaction of ammonia derivatives. Derivatives of ammonia. Reaction of derivatives of ammonia. Derivatives of. This is the reaction of ammonia, the first one. Okay. What is this first one we have seen? This is the reaction of ammonia. Ammonia with aldehydes and ketones. Now the second one is reaction of derivatives of ammonia. Under that, the first one we'll take the first one as reaction of alkyl ammonia or alkanamine we call it as. What is mean by alkylamine? The general representation of alkylamine is this one, RNH2. Alkylamine or we also called alkanamine. What we call it as? Alkanamine. On reaction with aldehydes and ketones. On reaction with, excuse me, this microphone is giving a bit of trouble, the wire. Okay, aldehydes and ketones forms substituted imines. For example, if you are taking, it can be an aldehyde or ketone. If you are treating with NH2, this is we call alkylamine. What we call it as? Alkylamine. So what happens here? In presence of acidic medium, the pH should be between 3 to 5. So what happens here? Here elimination of what takes place? Water molecule takes place. With the removal of water molecule, what it will form? It forms substituted imine. This is we call substituted imine. Okay, which is very, very important. This is also called as Schiff's base. What you call it as? This is we call as Schiff's base. This is we call as Schiff's base. What is mean by Schiff's base? When alkylamine is treated with aldehydes or ketones in presence of acidic medium, it forms a substituted imine, which is called as alkyl substituted. Which substituted is? Alkyl substituted imine, which is also called as Schiff's base. Okay, hope it is clear. Now let us see the second one, reaction of hydroxylamine. Now hydroxylamine on reaction with aldehydes and ketones forms, okay, NH2OH is called as hydroxylamine. Okay, what we can say? Hydroxylamine on reaction with aldehydes and ketones forms oximes. What it will form? Oximes. I'll take this is a carbonyl compound with what you are taking. This is we call hydroxylamine. What do you call it as? Hydroxylamine. Right, this is in presence of acidic medium at a pH of 3 to 5. what it will form? Here elimination of water molecule takes place. It will form NOH. This is we call oxime. If it is an aldehyde, we call this acetaldehyde oxime. If it is a ketone, we call it as ketoxime. Okay. Hope it is clear. Suppose if you are taking CH3H, C double bond, this is acetaldehyde. If you are treating this with NH2OH, we call it as, okay, we call it as acetal oxime. What do you call it as? Acetal oxime. And the third one is, if you take acetone, we call it as acetone oxime. Reaction with hydrogen. So basically NH2 is called as hydrogen. Okay. Hydrogen on reaction with aldehydes and ketones, it will forms hydrazone. What it will form? It will form hydrazone. Now let us see. If you are taking this is as aldehyde and ketone, it is on reaction with hydrogen. NH2 is called as hydrogen. What gets eliminated here? Water molecule gets eliminated, and what it will form? In presence of acidic medium, it will form a resultant compound in this manner along with the water. This is will come hydrazone, we call it as. What we call it as? Hydrazone. Right? Now the third one is called as reaction with phenyl hydrogen, we call it as. Phenyl hydrogen means NH2 NHPH. This is we call phenyl hydrogen. Okay. Phenyl hydrogen on reaction with aldehydes and ketones forms phenyl hydrazone. Hydrazine will form hydrazone. Phenyl hydrazone will form phenyl hydrazone. This is the important one. This is hydrazine, and this is hydrazone. That is the difference. Hydrazine and hydrazone it is. Now if you want to see the reaction, here, this is your carbonyl compound. It is treated with a phenyl hydrogen. What is phenyl hydrogen? NH2 NHPH is called as phenyl hydrogen. In presence of acidic medium, what gets eliminated here? Water gets eliminated. What it will form? NHPH. This is we call phenyl hydrazone. What we call it as? Phenyl hydrazone. And another reaction is that the fourth one and the fifth one, reaction with 2,4-DNP. What is this called? 2,4-DNP. 2,4-DNP is nothing but 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine. What do you call it as? 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine we call it as. Okay. Aldehydes and ketones on reaction with, this is the structure of 2,4. This is the second position and this is the fourth position. To the first position, this is first, this is second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. At second and fourth position there is a nitro group. Because of that reason, what it will be called? 2,4-DNP it will call. 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine. This is on reaction with aldehydes and ketones. What gets eliminated here? Water gets eliminated. It will form NO2 and NO2. This is we call 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone. What it will form? 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone. This is 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine. This is hydrazone, right? And the last reaction is that reaction with semi-carbazide, right? The structure of semi-carbazide is that NH2 NH C double bond NH2. This is the structure of semi-carbazide. carbonyl compound on reaction with semicarbazide will form, what gets eliminated here? Water gets eliminated, and it will form in presence of acidic medium. In presence of acidic medium, it will form NH double bond O NH2. This is we call, what is this? This is semicarbazide. This is semicarbazide, and this is we call semicarbazole. Semicarbazole. These particular 6 reaction comes under the category of, what is that? Addition and elimination reaction. Because why? First nucleophilic addition takes place, followed by the dehydration. Okay, removal of water takes place. Removal of water is an elimination reaction, and so this particular reaction is called as nucleophilic addition and elimination reaction. The important aspect is that if ammonia is treated, imine will form. If substituted alkyl amine is treated, it will form alkyl substituted imine. If hydroxyl amine is treated, it will form oxide. If hydrazine is treated, NH2 is called hydrazine, it will form hydrazone. If phenylhydrazine, from the hydrazine, if you replace one of the hydrogen with phenyl group, the resultant compound will be called as phenylhydrazine. If the phenylhydrazine is treated, that will form phenylhydrazone derivative. Okay. From this phenylhydrazone, if you substitute at second and third position with nitro group, the resultant compound is called as 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. And if the 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine is treated with carmyl compound, it will form 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone, which is a very, very important identification test for the carmyl compound. If aldehydes are ketones are treated with this particular 2,4-DNP, it forms an orange PPT, which indicates the presence of aldehydes or ketones. And the last one is, if these aldehydes and ketones are treated with semicarbazide, it will result in the formation of semicarbazone. All these reactions are carried out in presence of acidic medium. The pH of the medium should be in between 3 to 5. Right? Hope it is clear so far, and this makes the completion of nucleophilic addition reaction, and the remaining reactions such as reduction, oxidation and other reactions will be continued in the next class. That's all for today. Thank you.